And like 3 eggs to get a little bit. You know, trying to minimize the impact of shit.
Take only pictures?
Make only foot counts on the ads.
You know who makes a really good omelet?
Who?
Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why aren't you making this?
I thought I was helping.
Well, you are helping.
Here, just make a TV show about it.
Well, the exciting part of the omelet making is over. We did some things with eggs. And the answering machine. That's
You never turn it until you turn it, you know? This is how you make it, right? You never turn it until you turn it, you know? This is how you make it, right? And the edge gets cooked. The white balance is retarded. There we go. Let's buy some big organic brown omega-3 eggs tonight.
okay.
I'll go up to Trader Joe's and buy a bunch of groceries, then I'll get on the 43 and come here and feed you a good dinner. What was your favorite decade?
Favorite decade?
Like one you would go back to? I like what Douglas Adams said. He said in all seriousness that he would never, it would be distracting if he was anywhere else. Because he would always be thinking about how the best time in the world was when the Beatles existed. And that was why he loved the 20th century, was that there was the Beatles. Or you didn't get that any other time. Like if you went back in medieval times, you'd be like, hey guys.
Let's all be medieval.
Like, can't buy me love, everybody tells you so. And they just stare at you.
Well, I don't know, like, when you think about what decade you would want to go back to, I start thinking about specific things that I might want to be a part of. But you can't really do that, you know?
I'm sure you could. It'd be like you and Gertrude Stein making fun of people. Smoking.
I mean, like, if I was going to go back to the 60s, I don't want to just be some jerk. I want to be like Edie Sedgwick, you know?
Really?
Well, not her specifically, but...
I'd hang out with, obviously, Abby Hoffman, Jerry Rubin. Back when they were all alive and shit. I think Jerry Rubin might still be alive, but you know. You know that Rolling Stones concert that I missed?
No.
Sharon was like, "Hey Brody, do you like the Rolling Stones?" I was like, "I wish I could have seen them when they were still alive." And she's like, "Oh, never mind then." I was like, "What?" I was like, "I guess they're alright." The moral of the story is somebody asks you if you like a band, you always say yes, and then you find out why. I mean, only because she then emailed me a picture of her and Keith Richards and Mick Jagger partying with the Ayatollah Khomeini's granddaughter, who was an intern at the radio station. You know the whole deal with Iran, right?
Every time you ask me questions like, you know about this, right? I just say no.
Like, the Ayatollah told people, have as many kids as you can. You know, that's how we're going to win against the West, is we'll have more people. And
Just don't go to war with China.
yeah, don't get involved in a land war in Asia. So, people started fucking like crazy and having a lot of kids. And then all the kids that were born in Iran are like now really progressive and really open-minded, and like, you know, it sort of backfired. Like pretty much any attempt to control large numbers of people that's ever occurred. So those are the people that we're gonna go like blow up now. There's like all these really open-minded, like intellectual kids who are into art.
Like us.
Yeah, basically it's like Julia and Brody, but the hair is a little darker, and you have like a scarf on your head when you go outside. That's who we're gonna blow up in Iran. Horrid, isn't it?
Dreadful. So special effects.
Do you know about the rule of thirds?
Tell me.
So you divide the screen up into 3 pieces, and then you just put the interesting stuff on one of these 4 spots. It's in every movie ever. When I was just always in the film lab, in the film room at Nova, and we put masking tape over the TV so that you could see what the director was focusing on if they were using the rule of thirds. And it was kind of frustrating because everything is always on one of those 4 spots. You know?
I don't know if you've noticed this, but as far as composition, in my drawings, I usually, not always, but often, break those kinds of rules on purpose. People are always telling me, something about your drawings makes me really uncomfortable. It's because when I draw somebody's portrait, I like to put them, say, here. The paper's here. It's a little uneasy.
You must admit. I love taking pictures of messes. Because usually it tells a much more interesting story than like a clean room. Doesn't it?
I'm really messy. I'm pretty much resigned to it. But I'm so focused on project completion that I don't like to admit that I'm done with it, or that I'm going to do it later. I'm like, I'm going to do this in like an hour, so I'm just going to leave everything here.
Yeah, and then some asshole comes and like takes your project and puts it in a mailbox.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, that was great. You just made it impossible for me to write anything. I had all my sources spread out. I had like all these things to look up. Oh, but you just put them all in a big box. Turns out I should have left like 5 minutes ago.
Should you? Can you call? I'm gonna get your omelet.
Huh? I'm gonna eat an omelet. I was going to open up another coffee shop in Indianapolis. He was convinced that Kurt Vonnegut was going to show up because it's the same small town that he lives in. But
guess not.
Yeah, I think he's busy now.
Another dream shattered. Chris Burden is cool. His friend shot him. He went into a locker. I also like Egon Schiele, and communism destruction is exciting.
This is just going to make me stay here.
Pretty much everything we do together, I find myself doing. I do this every day.
When we bluff, you get your brain laced. You be enhanced with the race. We'll punch you in the same place. When we break our hands on your face, you crack your head first. Whatever I get, you get worse. I got a bust the lip, you got stitches in a hospital bed hurt. This ain't a play fight, you'll get beaten in broad daylight. People watching me, kid, but I ain't got no stage fright. No cops in sight, you get cracked from the side. And if there's more beef, you gon' put bombs under your eyes. You'll struggle to race, curl up with too many kicks. Look on your end when you're at numbers like 6. And no one's jumping in and dead it. With me and my peeps are swinging hatchets and axes. You think they wanna get it? All OGs know the code of the street. Mind your own biz, never go to police. That's how it is. I've lived Scarface themes. I've lived Pulp Fiction themes.
Sometimes you turn your underwear inside out, extending the wear time by up to 3 weeks.
You better finish what you start, Corey Day.
I think of that every time I get dressed to go to work.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Like Lister's in suspended animation and they wake him up and they're trying to remind him who he is. Like Series 7 of Red Dwarf. You know, what do I do that's nice? What do I do to make people's lives better? Sometimes you turn your underwear inside out, extending the wear time by up to 3 weeks. Like, what?
15 hours in a hospital waiting for a doctor to sew you up in a possible operation. You press charges, you're left in a carcass. In the streets, no respect, you'll get you the stuff in the court regardless. Don't judge a book by a cover, cause a cat could be a crook. Undercover and snap, and you fuck the glove up. From happiness to anarchist, from pacifist to blasphemous, kid, that's how fast to flip. Gory days, you might get stabbed in your heart. Gory days, hit a butcher knife and tear you apart. Gory days, you better finish what you start. Gory days.
Yeah, I never went to the same anyway.
You might get stabbed in your heart. Gory days, a machete and tear you apart.
Should have gone to Early Childhood Education Center. Had that shit down when I was in preschool. Well, they tried to teach me the whole bunny thing, and then I just stared at them. And I was like, well, right, but how do you do the knot?
Like that. That's how I do it.
Like that?
Yeah, the second time. Not the rabbit goes around the tree with.
It just seemed like the whole story didn't really have anything to do with shoelaces.
It's mostly to do with rabbits and shoes.
In early Mad magazine, they had the how to tie a noose, and they use the rabbit. Like the rabbit runs like 30 times around the rope, and what?
Nothing. I was smiling at what you were saying. Like your tricorder.
Yeah. I used to have a program on it that makes tricorder sounds. And you could push different buttons and like scan people with it.
You have 4 hearts. This physiology is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's not showing up on our instruments.
What a lovely tea party.
Ain't it though?